It's funny. I just decided I was gonna do this a couple days ago.
Right.
We're filming our third episode. It's the way my brain works. It's kind of like do now, think later.
I know I had to have like 4 cups of coffee to prepare for Al today.
Welcome. We are here at the legendary JNC Lounge with the man, the myth, the legend, Brad Brock.
It's a me. Me.
Oh, so guys, just so you know, when you see these podcasts, this is the legendary JNC Lounge where he films the JNC podcast, the radio. Tell me the name of the radio show.
It's still Jams and Cocktails.
And Cocktails.
Just on the radio.
Yes. And I've been on it a couple times, and it's a blast. So here, guys, we do talk about entrepreneurship, starting your own business, making it in this crazy world. And Brad, you're a perfect example of this, man, because you've found a way, and you're still, like I was saying this earlier. When it comes to success, to me, success isn't really a destination. It's kind of being in the path. Being in the path, knowing that everything you do every day is working towards something. You feel good about it, and you're not quitting, and you just keep on going. So you're a perfect example. Brad, give us a little bit about kind of your background and how you got into where you're at today.
Sure. I'm a musician by trade. I'd be lying if I said I really did anything else seriously in my life.
I love it.
Just from a kid, and I played in a country line dance band when I was 15 and 16, and it really just kind of was that for years. And of course I was growing up, and but music was always how I envisioned myself making money and paying bills. And at that time, when you're 15, 16, 17, you have these ideas of grandeur. I'm going to be famous. I'm going to cut records. I'm going to get a record deal, blah, 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 tour the world. Not necessarily the end game for everybody. And now I'm pushing 40 and, no major record deals, some mild success in music. But once I wrapped my head around this is a business, people will pay me to go and play music. I need to do this more often so that I can have more money to do the things that I want to do and pay my bills. And so you go, all right, now I'm a businessman. Now I'm an entrepreneur. I am my product. And, like any other entrepreneurs out there that are doing their thing, you have to go and pound the pavement and hustle. And so I've been doing that for years. Cruise ships, corporate events, private parties. I've done expos. I've done anything, written songs for people, produced music, anything that really kind of came into the facet of the music world. And then up to the last 3 or 4 years, podcasting has become a thing, and I've done my own podcasts. I've produced other shows. Johnny Ringo from the Code Rum Company.
I was just hanging out with him a couple days ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, dude, I had dinner with him at Nitrogen.
What? No way.
Yes, dude, yeah, man. We had a killer steak, man. We got to know each other. Yeah, it was
Nitrogen,
just weird. Weird that you brought it up.
Great place, by the way. Really cool spot. That's wild. Too funny.
Ask him about me.
I will. Yeah. So Johnny Ringo, he had a radio show that he was doing a couple of years back, and I produced that show for him. And he, by the way, he's one of my dearest friends. He was the officiant at my wedding.
Oh wow.
So like we've
tight.
Yeah, we've been through a lot. But so I've done that. Here I am now doing the Al Beltran Podcast and helping to produce that. So very exciting.
Yeah, man.
And so it's really it's a get out of bed and hit the ground running every day.
Yeah.
And as long as I still love it, I'll just keep doing it as long as my legs don't give out.
Yeah, man. It's about living it, like you said. You're just you gotta love. So I hate to say love the work, but it's kind of the thing, like you got to know it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy, but you wake up and you build up the courage to say, you know what, I'm going to continue on this path.
I think you nailed it. So I like to replace work with the thing.
Yeah.
Like you said, I get up to do the thing.
Yeah.
And it's not work. Some days it's work. Some days, I would say some days it's more like work.
Yeah.
Than others. But really it's just, being able to sit here with your guests on your podcast and meet people.
You're a guest now, baby.
And now I'm the guest. Yeah. But, meet people that I might not have met otherwise. It's really fulfilling to be able to do that and expand my network, which we were talking about with Mitch on another episode. It's awesome. It's awesome,
man. The people that you're around on a daily basis affect your life so much more than you could ever fathom. And there's this fine line to me, and I was just thinking about this yesterday, between knowing your insignificance in this whole universe, like a little speck, but knowing how much control you have over everything in your life.
Right.
What a fine line. Like it's like something that's so far apart, but you have to really live both of those things at the same time.
Sure.
Thought of that?
It's like eating humble pie. You know what you're capable of, and you get up and you do the thing. You do the thing every day, and you know that you're making a difference in your world because you could see the transformations around you. You could see it in your own self-worth. When you look in the mirror and you go, oh man, I'm really glad that I'm stuck in this body, and I'm really glad that I'm here and I'm around the people that I am, versus maybe 10 years ago when you weren't necessarily in that situation. Not everybody gets to go through that. Yeah. I did, and I think I'm stronger for it, at least in the way that I could look back and say, my, how far I've come. And I think when you have the ability to do that, you should.
Yeah.
And like I said, not necessarily everybody has to do that. Or, sometimes people didn't have to go through these maybe their hardships are ahead of them.
Oh, yeah.
But, to be able to look back and say, look how far I've come, it's so empowering and incredibly humbling at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, that's it. It's what's that word? Is it dichotomy?
Oh, man.
Is that the word?
Let me look it up in the dictionary here real quick.
But I think, it's like two opposite things that kind of come together at the same time to the same, to mean one thing.
Sure.
To me, they're two completely opposite things, but just so important, So when it comes to this podcast world, I'm brand new to this, bro. I'm like, when I say new, like this is an idea from like a couple days ago, and I just came out swinging. I'm like, all right, let's do it. Like what have you found? Like, say your first year of doing this. What are some of the biggest obstacles or biggest lessons you learned that your first year of doing this?
The first lesson that you learn is that nothing that you do is right. Everything that you do is completely wrong, and everything that you want to do is not right. And we could thank the kids, the young people that are really setting the trends and defining what these types of things are, because they come on and they're changing the algorithms for the podcast networks. They're changing the algorithms for YouTube. They're creating the content that people want to ingest.
Yes.
And we, as older people, me as an older purple people eater, I'm just trying to keep up. I'm kind of an old school radio broadcast, grew up on talk radio, grew up on...
You got that voice.
Yeah, well, thank you. But like growing up on radio broadcasting is kind of what I wanted to bring into my podcast, but that's not necessarily what the algorithm is looking for. So it's really what you'll learn in your first year is everything that you want to do is not necessarily what you have to do in order to get things moving. I'm learning that. Here we are almost 4 years into it, and I'm just kind of diving into that, now that I feel like I've got a show that I'm very proud of, a cast of crew members that I'm very proud of, and a show that I enjoy doing. Now I'm learning how to make it work on the platforms, So hopefully you can learn from me and others, and don't have to spend 3 years knocking your brain. But yeah, so that was it, in terms of that, and then the equipment. And
that's a whole beast.
And
man.
Lighting is going to be the next thing. Lighting is so important. Get key lights. Get your lighting down. It'll change the game for you straight out of the gate. For so long, I had fluorescence and stage lights. We all looked blue all the time. And look at Jams and Cocktails. Look back at some old episodes on our YouTube, and you'll see exactly what I mean.
Yeah. Well, one of the reasons I reached out to you is because I have been a guest on your shows, and for me, it seems like you got this pretty figured out. Great gear, like it looks good. The audio's always good. I mean, I even see a lot of people that, you would consider like pros, but I go to listen to some of their videos and the audio's mismatched. One person's real loud, the other person's little things like that you've got dialed in, which I give you super props for that. That goes a long way, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. So, as far as getting it out, let's talk about platforms.
Sure.
TikTok. What do you know?
Oh, TikTok. TikTok is actually a great place to create buzz.
Okay.
So when you do your episodes, you can do short form content that is related to your podcast. You can take we take clips from our shows, because we do some zany stuff on our shows, and it's fun,
Yeah.
and we're able to kind of condense that down. But doing other things, like Jams and Cocktails is our thing. So if it's a National Margarita Day, I will do a short form video of how to very quickly put together a margarita, and that's Yahtzee. We'll put that up there, and it's very easy to do that. So people will follow you, and then at the end you go check out my other stuff. Podcasting on TikTok, even though they've allowed more long form, I still think, and my wife Jordan will attest, because she's addicted to TikTok. I'll be reading a book like the old man that I am, and she'll be TikToking, zipping through. So really that's a way to capture people very quickly.
Yeah.
And
are you saying with a short attention span?
Yes, absolutely.
Is that directed to Jordan? I'm joking.
I didn't say it.
I'm messing, man. It was an opportunity, man. That was pretty good. I got you.
But I love TikTok. I love TikTok for a variety of reasons, and I believe that it's niche in a certain way, but incredibly valuable.
Yes. You know how I could tell you're classy?
How's that?
Because you say niche instead of niche.
Oh.
That was good.
It's niche. It's niche.
Yes. Yeah, so you got TikTok. As far as YouTube, like, the one podcast has been on YouTube for 4 years now?
Yeah, it sure has.
And then you're also on audio.
Yeah.
Can we find you on like the podcast app? Is that how it goes? I'm learning, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
So not every show that we do translates very well to audio.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of like recently we did it was National Paul Bunyan Day.
Okay.
Right. And for those of you who don't know who Paul Bunyan is, he's the big axe man and the big blue ox and the whole 9 yards. So we actually we built a axe throwing target in the back behind the studio here, and we had a big axe throwing tournament. Just
I saw
the part
that.
of the crew,
I saw that. Super cool.
And it, so very cool to watch, not very good to listen to.
I could imagine.
So what I did for that was I said, because we do two halves of our shows, and one is more pop culture, entertainment news, things like that, games with our live viewers, all stuff that for the most part really transfers over to audio very well. So there I was like, and if you want, I did a break for the audio version and said, if you want to see what we're doing, go to YouTube. Otherwise, here's the rest of the show.
Yeah.
And so sometimes we get away with that, and it works. But yeah, we are available. Jams and Cocktails is on all of the podcasts. Anywhere you get that, Spotify, Apple
Okay.
iTunes, Amazon,
I'm gonna
all
need you
those
to
things.
teach me how to do all that.
teach you how to Dougie. Yeah.
Yeah, because we're like, it's funny. I just decided I was gonna do this a couple days ago.
Right.
We're filming our 3rd episode. It's the way my brain works. It's kind of like do now, think later.
I know I had to have like 4 cups of coffee to prepare for Al today.
But so one of the videos that I watched in my training in the last 22 hours that I've been there, and I'm gonna ask you this because this can help me out a lot. They say, what do you want out of your podcast? Like where? And I haven't nailed that down. Like what do I want? When will I look at this and say, hey man, you're on the right track. This is what I want to see out of my podcast in 5 years. Like, have you asked yourself that?
Yeah,
and if so, what is it?
Creeping up on that mark, it really began as a way to network with my fellow musicians, because whenever we're out there gigging, we're playing at the same time for the most part, right? So unless we're taking a night off to go see one person and get a handshake during that 15-minute break, I invite them over. We do the shows on Wednesday nights historically because it was the lowest gig night in the middle of the week. So they would come and we'd have some drinks, we'd play a little music, we'd share some stories, and that was the show. And it really just kind of grew from there, because eventually you go through all the people that you've wanted to meet in general, and now we're all friends. So now we invite them back to basically co-host and being more involved in the other aspects of our shows, the pop culture chats, the topical discussions, and getting their insight. We know their story. Now, how do they think? So it's really getting to know another side of your local entertainers and businesses we've branched out to, and other shakers and movers in the community. We've had such an eclectic group of people come through just to hang out. And I think that's it's such a nice way to get to know people in the community and my colleagues in a way that isn't like, what is your name and what do you do? And it's good. So where we're at now, I think we've interviewed quite a few. There's still quite a few people to interview, but we offer something other than just what's your name, what do you do? We play games, we throw axes, we had a dunk tank one time. Very fun stuff. We eat spicy stuff.
Drink drinks, yummy drinks, shots. I know, I've been here.
Yep,
it's
you've
pretty
been
cool.
here.
It's funny. I'm at home. I don't get much time to consume content,
Right.
But how many times I've been at home and Caitlin's like, "What are you watching?" And I'm like, "This is great," I enjoy your show, man. And you see me, I'm on there whenever I get a chance. I'm on there, chiming in on the game, saying, "Hey, what's up, guys?"
I will admit the live streaming, the live streaming aspect of what we do is really kept it fresh, because we are kind of bound by a time frame, so we can't get lazy and be like, "Oh, we'll double up next week." We've got a pretty good group of people that expect us to come on at 8:00 on Wednesdays.
Yep.
So we do it, and it's if it goes off the rails, that's life. That's the way, we don't get to do any stops, cuts. So it keeps it real, and the interaction with our live viewers on YouTube is really, really special in a lot of ways. Hilarious in most ways, but very special in a lot of ways too.
And it's funny, I see a lot of the same people when I'm on there, a lot of the same people, which is so cool. I mean, you're building a community.
Yeah.
And that's very special, in today's day and age, man, to be able to, there's so many tools to be able to just kind of get out and connect with people and, be a reprieve for people. This life is tough. It's a crazy world we live in, so.
You know it.
To be able to have that platform, the people to just come and, like you said, hang out with each other, a very relaxed vibe, laugh at some stuff, laugh together, all these things, man, they're healthy. They're good for the mind. They're good for the soul, and then you're providing that, which is very special,
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. I'm in the business of doing events as well. Very similar,
Truly is, yeah.
Like when I'm out there and I see 300-400 people, man, just losing their mind, having the best time ever, hanging with their friends, I think about the life we live. You know, I think about the world and all those, all the issues and the things that you could concentrate on that could be negative, and work and your boss and bills. But if you can provide something for people for 2-3 hours, just to, you know, forget about all that and then go back to what's most important in life, and it's just this feeling.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Connecting, enjoying, joy. Like was talking to Holly about it. You know, that joy is just, it's such a big part of everything, and so many people live their life, you know, not even searching for it.
I was gonna say joyless.
Joyless, yes. that's very true. So I'm definitely gonna commend you on that, and really, like I say, there's a reason why I'm here in this studio, because I admire what you do, man. It's super special for the community, man.
Well, thanks, man, and it's a pleasure to have you here, and it's nice to do other things in here versus eating hot sauces and hot chips and hot peanuts and all that other nonsense that we do.
Yeah, I'm gonna be bringing a bunch of cool people in here, man.
Love it.
Until eventually we're in the process of, you know, building up a studio, but who knows? I'm really digging this, man. I might kind of prolong that a little bit. If you don't
The
mind.
legendary Al Beltran Lounge. I love it. It's got a good ring to it.
Yeah, no, I love it, man. Well, so let's go. Any parting thoughts to anybody looking to get into this type of business? No, two things actually, because you got your music and into this studio world, podcasting, radio shows.
No, well, I'll start at podcasting because somebody actually just reached out to me yesterday about starting up their podcast, and they were like, you know, I have the idea, I know what I want to do. And
Was it me?
No, but it is ironic that you both were on the same show here at the same time, most recently. But so she reached out to me and was just saying, I just need some support from a mentor on, you know, if I'm doing the right thing. And the first question she asked was, when should I do it? And the answer is immediately. Start putting your thoughts out. You know, if you all you have is your iPhone, the quality on that is very, very good. Just hit the record button and get your thoughts down, and get all that content ready. And then you can, you know, come up with a plan on how to release it. And that's the next step, is just come up with a plan. Or don't. I didn't. You know, I was just like, I want to live stream my shenanigans with my friends, and that's how I grew up. So, but looking in hindsight, maybe a plan would have been pretty good.
Yeah.
Either way you do it now. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for the algorithm. You know, just go and put it out there and see what sticks. You know, and to pickleback on that, we say pickleback
like
here,
that.
not instead of piggyback, but develop a thick skin, because people are going to attack you, because that's what people do when you're doing things that they wish they could do. So especially when it comes to podcasting or entertainment in general, it's very easy for people to knock you down because it's built into the business, and the podcasts are entertainment. And so develop a thick skin. Don't let it get you down. I still struggle with that. And you know, and I have to develop a thick skin on my own. You know, sometimes I'll see a comment come through. It was funny on my most recent show. Somebody was like, "Hey, bro, douche, you know that shirt comes in a larger size, right?" I was dead. You know, for a second I was like, "Ow, that stings. It stings just a little bit." But I was like, "Okay," you know, and I was like, "Well, dude," I was like, "I'm sure it does. Thanks for the view," you know, and that's really what it comes down to. So those two things: start now, grow a thick skin, do what you need to do, and see where it takes you. Kind of like you did. Yeah. You know, a day's notice. You're like, "I'm gonna do a podcast today."
Yeah.
And you're doing it.
Logo and all.
And music, when it comes to music, you know, it's all I've ever done. So, you know, people come and ask me, "Oh, do you give lessons?" And I'm like, I don't know how to teach this.
Yeah.
You know, this is just something that I've just been doing. So my advice on that is just do it. If you want to learn how to play guitar, go learn how to play the guitar. It doesn't matter how old you are, or how young you are even, you know, go and learn it. You want to learn how to play piano. There's an ample supply of people that are ready and willing to teach you. Teach yourself. YouTube University, it's free now. You know, watch it. Watch an ad, and then you can learn how to play that song. You know, and in terms of maybe those people that do have those skills are ready to take the next step into playing live shows, or trying to get out of the open mics and get gigs. The truth is, you just have to go and ask, and you might have to go and audition. Go do some higher quality videos than you in your bedroom. Invest in yourself, because invest in yourself now so that you can get to work sooner. And an investment isn't necessarily a monetary investment. You have to invest the time. Take the time, get the video done. Learn the songs, go around, see the other shows. What are these guys playing? You don't have to play the same Jimmy Buffett tunes, RIP, every time. But it's probably a good idea to be in the ballpark if you're trying to play the place that you're watching a show at.
Yeah.
And just present yourself more professionally than the next guy.
Yeah.
And if you do that, the gigs will come, maybe not immediately, but certainly faster than if you're, trying to hustle gigs with you playing acoustic guitar in your bedroom.
Yeah.
So present yourself.
No microphone.
Well, yeah,
1999.
Yeah, exactly.
Cell phone.
Present yourself the way that you're going to present yourself at your show. Because if you look like you're playing in a bedroom, that's what people are going to assume you look like playing at their bar, their restaurant, their venue. So if you look the way that you're going to look when you arrive, then you're probably going to get hired. I still have to pound the pavement on new venues. Yeah, I get complacent playing the same places. Then I have to go out and sell myself all over again. And it's like, God, I've been doing this for 20 years. But,
yeah. Well, in today's, you brought up a really good point. In today's day and age, like your content, it's like your business card is no longer, it's like, oh, I got a really nice business card with a nice picture. Remember, for a while, that was like, hey, your business card is everything. It shows how much you care about. But now, your whole social media is your business card.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, man, that's some great advice for people in the music business. And, me being in the music industry as well, on the other side, on the hiring side.
Right.
Man, your content that you have, the quality of the videos, like, because you got to think of it as a venue, as a promoter. If I'm going to hire somebody, and we like to pay good, right? But what if I don't have ways to promote it? I could spend all the money in the world promoting somebody's content.
Right.
But if it looks bad, it's doing nothing but hurting you, because more and more people are going to see how much you don't care about your business,
Yeah. You can be amazing too,
Oh, yeah. It's kind of a shame, but it's the reality, and that's kind of how business is. A lot of things, they change.
It is,
Innovate or die,
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with it, to be honest.
Yeah.
You could fight it, you can be upset about it. I have my demo tape. It's videos.
Yeah.
That's the way it is now. It's,
quality audio.
Yeah.
Quality audio, please. Like, it's like it goes
for real.
so far, man.
Just get a little aux cable and plug it right into your phone. Don't rely on that phone.
Yeah.
I still do it sometimes, where I listen to the audio and I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Now I take direct audio right off of the mixing board, but
it makes a difference. And this could go into anything in life, like care about it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, it's a great point. Just go and do the stuff. Maybe you don't have the perfect plan, but an executed C plan is way better than a A+ plan that you don't even do.
Right.
Because you're stuck planning it, trying to make it A++.
Right. And my point in doing it now is to get off your butt.
Yeah.
Go do it now, not go out and rush it, but do it.
Yeah.
Do it today. If you're thinking I want to play more gigs, or I want to spruce up my image as a musician or a podcaster, do it today. Go do a photo shoot. Your phone takes better photographs than any digital camera I ever grew up with.
Yes.
Go take some photos. Learn how to use photo editing software. It's free on the internet. Learn how to use it. YouTube is free. Learn how to use your tools.
Yeah.
And because you're gonna go broke paying somebody else to do it, or it's gonna look terrible. You know, and it's you can go round and round about. But the truth is, like, you have to do anything. If you just sit and go, well, I can't do any of that, then you won't.
Yeah. What's that saying? Both the person that says that they can and the person that says that they can't are both correct.
Yeah. It's absolutely true.
That's everything, man. You got to start in your mind, man. Yeah, man. Well, dude, it's been a pleasure, man. We've had a great day here in the legendary JNC Lounge. We will be back very soon to film a few more episodes, man. But this is huge for me, Brad. Like I say, this is a big move. This is, I'm going off the deep end. I've never hosted a show like this, but I'm doing it, and you're a big part of it, man. Thanks for having us here.
It's my pleasure, man. And just to pickleback off of that, I'm very proud of you for doing it. Truly, I want to say it's about time. I remember years ago watching your like Al minutes on, of having quick interviews on your patio. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, he's doing it.
Yeah.
And so this is the next step in that. I'm really proud of you.
Thanks,
and
man.
Your Rolodex is just filled with so many wonderful people with amazing stories to tell. So I'm excited by proxy to at least get to know some of them over the next few weeks. So
hopefully it helps change your life too, for better or worse.
For better or for worse.
Well, thank you very much. Hey, guys, once again, we were here with the one and only Brad Brock in his legendary JNC Lounge studio, man. Thanks again. And you guys, we will be back. I'll see you soon.